The dolphins lost their shit. It's like when a mate hands you her new baby and it falls asleep and everybody's like, oh.
Wouldn't know that feeling. Never held a baby. Don't have access.
We don't have babies in northern space. We come out fully formed in tracksuits.
No, it's just Lou specifically because he looks like the kind of person no one would ever hand a baby to.
Yeah, like I'm prone to shake uncontrollably.
Lou, I'd give you my baby to hold.
Bears of good news. Bears of good news. Bears of good news. It's the Bears of good news. The good news bears is what I'm talking about.
Good news, everyone!
Hello and welcome to Bears of Good News. I'm Sasha Ellen and I'm joined by comedian and filmmaker Adrian Taus from what looks like a 90s sitcom and comedian Lou Fitz from what looks like space.
I'm in northern space.
What's the main difference between normal space and northern space, Lou?
Less busy.
Less busy than actual space.
All right, less busy and more tetleys.
People chat to you in northern space.
Although I am in northern space, you might be able to hear an axle grinder going off in the corner. That's my brother's next door neighbour. He makes gears for trains.
Oh, so northern,
And it's
northern.
Sunday, so what else would you do on a Sunday?
So the news is quite scary at the moment. I made the mistake of picking up a newspaper this week and it was terrifying. Even the Sudoku was like, get back indoors, you douche canoe. Not familiar with Sudoku. It's numbers, right?
Northern numbers.
Northern numbers.
1, 2, 4, 6. Never. I'll stop.
In response to the news being quite scary, we have created Bears of Good News and we've joined the ranks of other good news organizations to bring you guys stories that make us smile. Adrian, what have you got for us this week?
So a weatherman working from home in southern Indiana has made his cat the star of his daily forecast. Jeff Lyons, the chief meteorologist of a local news channel, has set up a green screen at home in his living room to produce the weather forecast from home. Intrigued by the bright lights, his adorable cat Betty decided to get in on the action. Which just goes to show that if you want your cat's attention, you just set up a camera and broadcast to live TV. Viewers were delighted, by the way, when the cat made her impromptu appearance, apart from, I'm sure, at least one freaked out stoner watching at home going, it's going to be pussy out tomorrow.
The brolly.
The audience numbers, by the way, of this small news channel have since exploded, and now even viewers from Europe and Australia are tuning in for Betty, which just proves that people will watch anything if it's got cats in it, except if it's directed by Tom Hooper. So, question for you guys. In appreciation, the news channel bestowed Betty the weather cat with their highest honor. What is that?
Ooh, is it like a golden umbrella or the keys to the chocolate factory? I don't know. What's an honor?
You said it was in Indiana, right?
Yeah, southern Indiana.
Probably a gun.
Betty's got a gun. No, it's
yeah,
not
I
a
want
gun.
my news readers to be armed with firearms if possible. I feel like that would spice up the weather, wouldn't it?
And tomorrow,
it's good because
hot
they're wrong
fuzz.
half the time, so they can defend themselves. You know.
I know my dad lives in Florida, and he said that all of the gun shops and ammo shops are empty. So the plan,
Really?
I guess, over there is to shoot COVID-19.
What I love about the situation in Florida at the moment with social distancing, so you know how we have signs saying, keep 2 meters apart. They have signs that say 2 meters apart, and they have a person and then an alligator and another person.
Really?
Yeah, because that's how they think of 2 meters, which I think is really sweet.
Now, how do we think of 2 meters here? What's the equivalent of
I
someone living
think
in
of
London?
so my problem, when I go to the shop, nobody knows what 2 meters is at all. So I'm just like, dude, think of like a really large man lying down, okay? And then just don't step on the large man.
Wow.
You tiptoe around Tesco's?
I try and avoid people in Tesco's, but like...
I try to avoid people in Greg's.
Is Greg's open? So I've got in I don't know what it's like in London or Brighton, but in the Tesco's and stuff up here have become almost like militant. there's like some 19-year-old child, come in, sit here, sit down, go over there, don't look at me. It's become very aggressive, and to be honest, I prefer it.
Brighton's very cuddly. There's just like one dude on the door, and every so often he's like, "Hey, come into the Sainsbury's."
Like
Don't
it's a
worry
club.
about
What kind of Sainsbury's do
Yeah.
you go to?
Like a really sexy one, apparently.
Wow.
Take
So,
your
guys,
clothes
what did
off,
we?
have a party? Why not? VIP section.
All right. Lovely to have you on the show, Lou.
Lovely,
So
lovely
back to the
weather.
question. What's the highest honor a news station can give its employees?
I reckon either a golden umbrella or just a standing ovation for good weather.
A
You're
watch.
both wrong.
Oh.
Whatever you were going to say, Lou, you're wrong. It is actually
A watch.
a watch. Okay, that's not bad. It wasn't. They bestowed her with the high honor of her own lower third, which is a TV term for the titles that appear underneath your face.
Oh, so it's like
You can now see Betty the Weather Cat pop up every time she's in frame.
Oh.
hang on, do they not give that to everyone that presents? Is it an honor? Do you have to earn that?
It's
Otherwise, you're
only-
just a
it's-
nameless presenter.
No, but it's exclusively on-screen talent privilege.
Ooh.
Talent.
Do you reckon you could do the weather, Lou?
In space, northern space. What's the weather in northern space, Lou?
We've got zero gravity. Things are very. It's cold, bit nippy, but no jacket allowed. I don't know if you could. I mean, it's not rained. Not just in space. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
I mean, I don't understand fundamentally why we still have the weather, because, like, what do we need to know? Like, yeah, it's going to be really
Yeah,
nice out. Who
exactly.
cares? We can't go outside.
Exactly.
In other news, animals seem to be bringing us a lot of joy in the past few weeks. My story this week is also about animals. So a lot of zoos, all zoos in fact, have had to close due to social distancing measures. But in Irana Wildlife Park in New Zealand, the animals are still turning up for their weekly Meet the Public appointments. How
Aw.
nice is that? I know, it's so nice. It turns out that when the giraffes were ignoring us, they were just playing hard to get. Well, jog on, you necky bastards. I have moved on to making my own banana bread and Skyping my friends bottomless. Hashtag self-care.
Is that what you're doing now?
That is what I'm doing now. Did you guys think I was wearing bottoms? Don't be stupid.
So hang on. So how does it work? They still turned up as if there were going to be people.
They just came and they were like, where's my weekly stories? What is this?
Aw.
Where's my
I'm very
soap opera?
confused. Like they come to the end of the enclosure. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, they come to a special place where they can interact with the humans and like get belly rubs and stuff. Because animals are getting bored without having visitors, so other zoos have started doing a thing where they let different species meet each other, kind of like animal play dates, where only one playmate can survive.
But then you've got to be careful. You can't have like a bear meet a monkey.
Well,
Yeah.
that's my point. That was going to be my question. My question to you guys. By the way, animal play dates really reminds me of Pokemon. So my money is on all the animals that have psychic attacks. Like, I would pay to watch a chimp psych out a liger. My question to you guys this week. So in Texas State Aquarium, they introduced two quite unusual species that would never meet to each other with surprising results. What do you think the two species were, and what do you think happened? Before you say it, no, they did not fight and they did not mate. But like a hybrid of these two animals, oh my god, more's the pity. What do you think they were?
Aquarium. So sea creatures.
Among others.
Sea people.
Yes, the mermaids.
An octopus and a dolphin, and they just hugged because he's got tentacles.
Do you know what? You are
Aw.
not far off. Okay, I like this. I like this train of thought. It was, in fact, some dolphins and some sloths. Right?
Oh,
No,
And
look off.
I know.
You said aquarium.
Right? Dolphins and sloths. And the sloths just fell asleep and the dolphins lost their shit. It was amazing, right? It's like when a mate hands you her new baby and it falls asleep and everybody's like, oh, it's amazing. It's so good.
Wouldn't know that feeling. Never held a baby. don't have access.
We don't have babies in northern space. We come out fully formed in tracksuits, filing industrial equipment in our gardens on a Sunday.
No, it's just Lou specifically because he looks like the kind of person no one would ever hand a baby to.
Yeah, like I'm prone to shake uncontrollably.
Lou, I'd give you my baby to hold.
Oh, good. But like a sloth is in a no because they can't swim. Are you saying the sloth is in the water?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
No, it's outside the enclosure. So the dolphins are in the water and the sloth is out of it, and they can see each other, and it's the first time the dolphins saw the sloths. And I mean, I've never seen a dolphin look that happy. It's amazing. And our third story this week, Lee, what do you have for us?
There are two lovely old folks in rural Australia that are celebrating their 75th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
They've been married 75 years. They're still together. They have great-grandchildren, grandchildren, all the good stuff. And it's just, they've lived through like 3 pandemics and they're still going, still alive, still happy. My question to you guys, their names were Les and Hazel. Les and Hazel, I'm just going to read you a wee snippet of it. It was an outing to Port Macquarie that Les popped the question to Hazel. They climbed to the top of the tower of the historic St. Thomas Anglican Church, where Hazel's fate was sealed.
Oh, that's horrible. That's so horrible.
Les declared that if she didn't marry him, he'd throw her over the tower.
Whoa. That took a turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
This started out as such a sweet, innocent story.
So here's the question. So they chose to marry.
Chose, Lou? Chose?
March.
They were forced to marry.
Yeah, they were forced to marry.
March 17th, 1945. So a year after the war. What day of the year did they choose? Like specific.
A date? Or a specific, a significant
Is it a special
day
occasion,
that
like
know?
Valentine's Day, or
in America it'd be like 4th of July or St. George's Day here or something like that.
is it a day that we definitely know? It's not like, oh, hey, next Monday is International Toupee Appreciation Day. It's not one of those, is it? It's like a proper
Not next
one.
Tuesday. That's months away.
It's a proper day. It's become
proper
quite
day.
commercial, but I'm pretty sure we all met on this day at some point in our lives.
We met on this day at some point.
Yeah.
Well, I've never met you at Christmas, and I would like to keep it that way.
If I narrow it down any further, you'd get it.
It'd ruin it. Okay. Is it one of
April
those...
Fool's Day.
No, good guess.
Lou, we don't spend any time with you. I have no idea when we all spend time in the same room.
Where am I most comfortable?
North.
Specifically.
In a comedy club.
Where are you most comfortable? Okay, right, I know. The most time we spend together is in Edinburgh, right?
Not crying.
Not crying.
I'll give you an example.
Fine, drinking.
So,
The National Drinking Day.
But what is a day?
St. Patrick's Day.
St.
Bang,
Patrick's
you
Day?
got it. There you go. Yeah.
You're most comfortable on St. Patrick's Day?
No, God, I mean, I'm half Irish, but no, pub.
So that means
Oh,
when they
no.
got married, they were both hammered.
Of course. When would you not be? Free bar.
We've been Bears of Good News. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us again next week for more good news stories. We've all got other stuff coming out as well. So I do a podcast called Character Building Experience, which is a comedy role-playing game podcast. It's a lot of fun. Please find us on Spotify and iTunes. Lou, what have you got going on?
Unless things change, I've got an Edinburgh show. I've got a web series called Lou's Booze Review, Your Guide to Drinking Alone. I'm going to be reviewing a different beverage every week and then plopping little videos online. Bit of drinking through a crisis. Why not?
That's great. I love
Sounds
that.
delightful. I love it. Adrian, what are you up to this week?
I'm doing a couple of things. Once in a while I'm live streaming the cat, Bojangles the cat. He's getting viral. I'm getting interests from like Facebook pages and outlets that want to do the story and get it viral. So that's interesting. That's happening. That's getting way more views than anything that's got my face on it. But I'm also doing a late night chat show. It's going to be called Late Night Lockdown with Adrian Taus. So I'm going to, Skype in a guest. We'll talk about some stuff. There's some clues, there's some riddles, there's some questions. There's all sorts of funny stuff happening for a tight 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm doing that. But watch out for that on my page at Adrian Taus.
Lovely stuff. And thank you so much for watching. And we'll hopefully see you again next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching us. Ta-ra.
It's like Lou's never said bye to anyone before.
Bye.
This is what I'm talking about.
Richard, don't come in. Don't come in.
He's masturbating over
Don't
Zoom.
tell.
He's got a lady in there.
I'm in your room. I'm on telly. Do you want to see my brother? Richard, come here. Just real. This won't be in.
Switch off the background.
Hey.
Hello.
We're recording something. Hold on. Oh, sorry.
When you say don't come in, that means come in.
This is Northern,
Northern
Space. Isn't it?
Space.
We're totally keeping this in, by the way.